If you love SUVs, this is probably not your thing. The bubble car of the 1940s is about as small as a smart car, and you can see hundreds of them on display right here in Georgia. Fox 5's Cheryl White is at the Microcar Museum in Double Bubble Acres this morning. Hey there, Cheryl.
Say that 10 times fast. Hey, Suchitha, have you ever been to Madison? Suchitha?
Yeah, sorry, say that again, Cheryl?
Oh, have you ever been to Madison?
No. Huh?
Well, it's a beautiful town. We're about 50 miles east of Atlanta. It is a gorgeous antebellum town, lots of beautiful homes, and in fact, it was not burned during the Civil War. Sherman did not burn this town, and do you know why? There is a rumor, now this is not a fact, but rumor is that he had a, let's say, lady friend who lived here and decided, I just won't burn this town because it's just too pretty. So now you could come and tour these beautiful homes, and I'll tell you, it's worth the drive just for that. But Double Bubble Acres is here, too. And that's the home to the Microcar Museum. And I'll tell you why it's called Double Bubble Acres a little bit later on. But check out some of these cars. They are incredible. You mentioned that they are as small as a smart car, and they certainly are, and some of them even smaller. This one seats one person in the front, and I guess you could maybe squeeze two children in the back seat. They'd have to be pretty small. I'm thinking toddlers to fit back there. But this was a very big deal after World War II, and I'll tell you why, too, coming up, because Bruce Weiner, the owner, has all of the fun facts about this. In fact, I think this is the largest collection of these cars in the world. He has traveled everywhere to bring them here. He restores them, and they are absolutely gorgeous, from the exterior to the interiors, which have been meticulously redone. And look at this with the plaid interior. I just love it. And this one does look more like the bubble car, Suchitha, that you mentioned. So anyway, we're going inside in just a couple of minutes. Hundreds of these cars, but he actually not only has the Microcar Museum, he has 3 museums in one. And we'll explain coming up next time around.
All right, Cheryl, thank you. Looking forward to it. But right now, it is the smart car of the 1940s. The microcar, also known as the bubble car, only lasted a decade, but the period left a lasting impression. Hundreds of bubble cars can be seen at the Micro Museum right here in Georgia. Fox 5's Cheryl White is at the wheel this morning. Good morning, Cheryl.
Good morning, Joanne. I will be at the wheel a little bit later on, but right now we're just going to talk cars, because I love cars, and I don't care if you're not even a car fanatic like Bruce and me. You're going to love this museum. This is Bruce Weiner with the Microcar Museum, which I said I thought was the largest in the world.
It is.
By how much?
By about 180 cars.
Wow. You can't even get an idea of the scope of this place by checking out the website. So, Blaze, if you'll just kind of give us a view here while we're talking. You know, we're at Double Bubble Acres, so I suppose I should ask you, first of all, where does the double bubble thing come in?
Well, that's what I did for a living for about 25 years, manufacture bubble gum.
Ah, and did that finance the museum, then?
Helped. It helped.
I bet it did. Okay, so you have all of the cars on the floor. Have you restored all of these yourself?
Most of them. I would say probably 80% of them we've restored here on site.
And you have more to go, I notice.
Oh, many more to go. We probably have another 100 to go.
And those stacked up over there, almost like Hot Wheels, are ready to be restored?
That's right. They're as found as we find them in the countries. We find them and we bring them back, and they're just getting in line waiting to be restored. Wow,
this place is truly incredible. Now, you have cars from all the countries that manufactured them, I'm guessing.
That's correct.
Okay, so let's start here, and I'm not going to give away what country these are from to start off with, but they are so teeny tiny, they look like child cars.
But they're not. They're actually street legal cars that were in their day an automobile that somebody would get in and drive around town.
Okay, and those are from America. Those were U.S. cars.
That's correct.
Now, as we start to get into some of the other countries, we start to see a little more flair.
That's right. A lot of cars from France and Spain, Italy, they had great flair. The German cars didn't have as much flair. They were really mechanically engineered cars, the best ones. And the English cars were more of the boxy from point A to point B cars.
So these were cars of necessity, weren't they?
That's right. They were born out of need right after World War II because people wanted to better their lives, and they were rebuilding their communities, and they didn't want to get back on a bicycle or a scooter, but they wanted to get into a car to keep themselves out of the elements.
Well, it makes sense. And I love that you have some of the original advertising that went with these vehicles, because we kind of get an idea of how they were being marketed and sold
That's right.
to folks. And a lot of them have very lovely ladies out doing their shopping, like this one.
Well, it was really big to show that it wasn't just a man's thing. So almost all the advertisements had ladies in them because they wanted to promote it was a family vehicle.
So, Joanne, I can kind of see you going out and do the family grocery shopping right here. The groceries would fit behind you or in that little teeny tiny trunk there, and you're all set to go because you're such a petite person. I think that car is perfect for you. And look, the color, the orange.
I like that. Couldn't get too many groceries in there, though, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, there's a trunk in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably get a bag of groceries, maybe a bunch of bananas.
Okay, that'll work. No, that's crazy. I can't get used.
Incredible.
I can't get used to seeing smart cars on the road. Could you imagine actually seeing those out on the road? That'd be something else.
I know. And they were all over Europe. And we even have here a police car that was used in some villages for police work. I think you probably see the flashing light up there. We'll show you that coming up.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you very much, Cheryl. Well, it is about the size of a smart car, but back in the day, it was as popular as a Honda. The bubble car of the 1940s and 50s was the affordable alternative, and you could see hundreds of them on display right here in Georgia. Fox 5's Cheryl White is at the Microcar Museum in Double Bubble Acres this morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Finally getting a ride?
Yeah, you just like saying that, don't you?
I do. I got to admit.
Double Bubble Acres. Yeah, we're in Madison, Georgia at Double Bubble Acres with Bruce Weiner, and this is Bruce's Microcar Museum. It is the largest microcar museum in the whole entire world, and this is one of your favorites, isn't it?
It is. It's a Messerschmitt KR200. It has an 11 horsepower, 200cc engine, 3 wheels, and has direct steering, and it's a blast to drive. It goes about 50 miles an hour.
And we even have a vintage driver. Let's close him up. All right. Okay, we're going to see it in action in just a moment. Now, tell me about this one, because I have to tell you, I'm kind of in love with this one.
This has great styling. It's called a Rovan D4. It's from Paris, and it was built in the mid-50s. It's got a 2-cylinder engine, around 350 cc's, and it will travel at about 35 miles an hour.
Oh, really? Oh, you'll feel the wind in your hair in that one, then. All right, and here on the end, this one is so tiny, it looks like a toy car, seriously.
The one you're going to drive is called a Heinkel, manufactured by the airplane manufacturers and airplane engine company, famous during World War II. It's a 4-seater. The front seats are fixed, so they can't be moved, and it's got a little jump seat in the back for your kids.
Some very, very small children.
Very small.
I don't know how you get a teenager back there. All right, well, let's get in. How do we accomplish that?
Well, the door opens from the front.
Okay.
And you get yourself in and slide on over.
All right. All right, well, I think I'm in.
And I'll join you.
Thank you, because I'm going to need some assistance. All right, because it doesn't look like a car I've ever driven before. So, where do I start?
You take the handbrake off. It's on the bottom left.
Okay.
Done. Push in the clutch.
Clutch is in.
Okay,
oh,
put it
boy.
in first gear.
I can't reach the clutch. All right, so how can I not be able to reach the clutch in a micro car?
Well, this is a one-size-fits-all car for tall people and short people.
Yeah, I'd say more so for...
Okay, let the clutch back out and go back to first again. No, don't put it back in neutral.
All right.
Here, okay,
all right.
Let the clutch out.
Okay.
Okay, now put it back in first. Push the clutch in all the way.
In?
And it will go first. There you go.
First gear. Are we good?
We're good.
All right.
So ease out the clutch.
All right.
Okay, push the clutch back in one more time.
All right.
Okay, now we're good. There we go.
Oh, here we go. I can't believe I can't even reach the... He's actually on the gas because I cannot get my foot far enough forward to hit the gas pedal. And I'm in a mini car. So there you go. Oh, this is great. It's a little loud.
It is a little loud. It doesn't have soundproofing. It doesn't have heat or air conditioning. And of course, no seat belts and no radio. And if you want to go ahead and shift to the second gear.
Oh boy.
There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Woo, picking up speed now.
This car will do about 35 miles an hour.
Whoa, whoa. Let's hit the brake. All right. Hey, Joanne, this is so much fun. And these are all street legal. You may see them on the street around the city of Madison, which, by the way, is absolutely beautiful.
Oh, Cheryl, that's awesome. That looks like so much fun.
Where's the horn?
Right here on the side.
Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. How do I make the horn work?
We would push down, except it's not.
She was getting ready to kick it into high gear there.
I know.